Hello students, in this session let us solve two problems relating to set off and carry forward of losses. See the first problem, Mr. Vaman Rao, a resident individual, submits the following information. Income from salary 4,50,000, income from house property A 30,000, loss from house property B 34,000, income from interest on securities 20,000, loss from a cycle business 20,000, profit from steel business 10,000, profit from speculation business 25,000, loss from short term capital asset 6,000, long term capital loss 25,000, long term capital gain 21,000, income from crossword puzzles TDS deducted from the income 9,000, so the total income, that is net income, 21,000. While calculating total income, you have to add this TDS, that is tax deducted at source, to the net income, and you have to enter the gross income. Here the gross income is 30,000, that is 21,000 plus 9,000. Compute gross total income. See the solution. Computation of total income of Mr. Vaman Rao for the assessment year 2020-21. See, first you have to write income from salary. Here income from salary you can directly write in the second amount column, 4,50,000. Second source of income is income from house property. Under this head there are two items. First one, income from house property A, and second one, loss from house property B. You can set off this loss against the income of house property. See, income from house property A 30,000 and loss from house property B 34,000. Here 4,000 loss is remaining. This 4,000 can be set off against any other head of income. That is why you can directly write that loss amount in the second outer column. You can set off this against salary income also. Next, see profit from a business. Here profit from steel business 10,000, and there is one more profit, that is profit from speculation business. The total of these two profits amounts to rupees 35,000. From that you can deduct loss from cycle business. See, if there is any speculation profit, that can be used to set off any other business loss. If there is any speculation loss, that speculation loss can be set off only against speculation profit. Here there is profit, so you can use this speculation profit to set off any other business loss. So the loss from cycle business amounts to rupees 20,000. You can set off this loss against other two business profits. So the remaining profit amount 15,000, you can write it in the outer column. Next, see long term capital gain 21,000 is there, and also there is long term capital loss of 25,000. Here long term capital loss is more than long term capital gain, and also long term capital loss can be set off only against long term capital gain, and you cannot set off long term capital loss against any other income. That is why the remaining 4,000 rupees of long term capital loss is carry forwarded to next year to set off that loss against the income from long term capital in the next year. You cannot set off this 4,000 against any other income in this year. This loss can be carried forwarded to next 8 assessment years. Okay. Next, see loss from short term capital asset. Here short-term capital asset loss amounts to rupees 6,000. This short-term capital loss can be set off against short-term capital gain or long-term capital gain. In this year, there is no any short-term capital gain or long-term capital gain. That is why you are carry forwarding this amount to next year. Next year, out of any long-term capital gain or short-term capital gain, you can set off this loss. So, don't write this amount 6,000 in the outer column, write it in the inner amount column and also inside the bracket. Inside the bracket, when you write amount, that indicates that amount is a negative figure. Remember that thing. And here remember one thing, long term capital loss and short term capital loss, write it in the inner column, don't write it in outer column. If you write it in outer column, that means you are setting off the loss against other income. You cannot do so that in case of long term capital loss as well as short term capital loss in this problem. Okay. Next, see, income from interest on security 20,000 is there, that comes under income from other sources, and another income under income from other sources is income from crossword puzzles. Here you have to write the gross amount and not the net amount. That is why you are adding TDS to the net amount of 21,000. The total amount of income from a crossword puzzle amounts to rupees 30,000. Write the total of 20,000 and 30,000, that is 50,000 in the outer column, and the balance of these heads amounts to rupees 5,11,000, that is gross total income of Mr. Vaman Rao. Okay, here you are setting off loss from house property 4,000 against other income, and you cannot set off long term capital loss and short term capital loss. Okay, the total gross total income is 5,11,000 rupees. This is the first problem relating to set off and carry forward of losses. See the second one. Before that, see the notes. No loss can be set off against casual income such as winning from horse race, cards and lotteries. I already explained this point in previous sessions. Next, second one, long term capital gain and short term capital gain can be set off only against long term capital gain, short term capital gain. This is long term capital loss and short term capital loss can be set off only against gain. Balance can be carried forwarded to next 8 assessment years. See the next problem. Mr. Ashok Rao submits the following information of the net income and losses. See the problem. Salary income 1,24,000, income from house property, house A there is income of 10,000 and from house B profit of 30,000 is there. Next, see third one, income from business. From cloth business he is earning profit of 30,000. From hardware business he is incurring loss of rupees 12,000. Next, unabsorbed depreciation brought forwarded to next year, this year 5,000 is there. This is business loss. This can be set off against other business income. Next one, speculation profit 12,000 and speculation loss also there for 17,000. Capital gain, short term capital gain 8,000, short term capital loss 24,000 and long term capital gain 8,000. Next, income from other sources, income from betting 12,000, loss from card games 6,000. This loss cannot be set off against any other income. Next one, income from card games 9,000 is there. Next, interest on securities, gross amount is given. That is fine, you have to write the gross amount only, 8,000 is there. Let us solve this problem. Computation of total income of Mr. Ashok Rao for the assessment year 2020-21. Particulars and two amounts column. In particular column, see the first one, you have to write income from salary. Here 1,24,000, write it in the outer column. And income from house property, there is income from both house properties, that is 10,000 and 30,000. Total of this you can write it in the outer column, 40,000. Next, see income from business, there are many adjustments. First one, there is profit from cloth business rupees 30,000. From this cloth business profit, you can set off the loss from hardware business. The loss from hardware business amounts to rupees 12,000. You can set off it against profit from cloth business. The remaining profit is 18,000 rupees. There is one more loss that is brought forwarded to this year, that is unabsorbed depreciation, amounts to rupees 5,000, and you can set off this loss against the remaining profit 18,000. When you set off this loss, the remaining profit is 13,000, and you can write it in the outer column because there is no other losses. And one more thing, there is one speculation loss. The speculation loss can be set off only against speculation profit. If there is any loss, that is speculation loss remaining, that can be carry forwarded to the next year, that is next 4 assessment year you can carry forward that loss. So the next item is profit from speculation business 12,000, and from that you can deduct loss from speculation business 17,000. When you deduct this 17,000 from 12,000, there is speculation loss of 5,000 remaining. You cannot set off this loss against any other head of income. That is why speculation loss carry forwarded to the next year 5,000. Write it in the first amount column only, don't write it in the second amount column. Next, see capital gains you have to write. First one, short term capital gain is there 8,000. Next one, long term capital gain 8,000. The total of these two amounts to 16,000. There is capital gain of 16,000. From that, if there is any short term capital loss, you can deduct it. In this problem, there is short term capital loss of 24,000. When you deduct this one from a 16,000, you get negative balance of 8,000. That means there is a short term capital loss of 8,000 in that year, and you cannot set off this 8,000 short term capital loss against any other income in this year. That is why this short term capital loss should be carry forwarded to next year, and short term capital loss can be carry forwarded to next 8 assessment years. Next one, see income from other sources. Income from betting 12,000, income from card games 9,000, and interest on securities 8,000. So total 29,000 income from other sources is there. The total of these items amounts to rupees 2,06,000. The total of 5 heads amounts to rupees 2,06,000. That is your gross total income. See the notes. Speculation loss shall not be set off against any other income except against profit and gains of another speculation business, and it shall be carried forwarded to next 4 years. See, in case of speculation, only 4 years are there to set off the loss. See the second one, short term capital loss cannot be set off against any income and shall be carried forwarded. Next one, no loss can be set off against casual income. You cannot use casual income to set off any loss. So this is about the problems relating to set off and carry forward of losses. Let us stop this session here and let us discuss some more problems in the next session. Thank you.